You're welcome. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Sorry about that. Oh, my God. I was reading something and I got distracted. I mean, it has to do with this. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Got it. Thank you. Yes. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilou.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm looking at the screen right now. I wasn't looking at the screen before. Okay, that's what I thought. Sorry about that. I was reading something related, how world leaders are perceiving Trump. And it's basically corroborating, or at least validating what I have been feeling, the way I knew he was going to be received. But we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But to go back to what I was talking about previously, if you guys remember, those of you who have been with me for a long time, I said there was going to be some kind of friction between the lower court and the Supreme Court. It feels like to me it is happening. And intuitively, I feel like saying the liberal side of the Supreme Court is basically letting us know what the conservatives are doing. And you guys remember, I also have said this many times in recent past, that Roberts, Alito, of course, Thomas, and the others are looking for any opportunity, or if they can override or overrule anything to give fruitcake a pass, they'll do it. Intuitively, I feel a lot of judges in our lower court system, they feel exactly the way the liberal side of the court, of the Supreme Court feel. You guys, you know better than I do when it comes to all those things. Please let me know in the comment line how this works. From what I understand, all the district courts report to the Supreme Court, and if you say anything wrong about the Supreme Court, because I've heard Roberts punish somebody or call somebody out because they said something, they talk back to the Supreme Court for some reason. I don't recall exactly because I didn't have enough time to look for it. That's why I got distracted and I forgot to turn my my sound on. I didn't have a chance to do a sound check. But it feels like to me the friction between the Supreme Court and the lower courts have started. And again, please let me know. I'm sure some of you have worked in our court systems. Whether you are a Republican, a Democrat, an independent judge, whatever your party affiliation is, they feel there is something wrong among those and the conservatives and on the Supreme Court. And it feels like to me, the reason why I'm saying this is because my prediction is this is going to be more pronounced as we move forward. The Supreme Court justices are going to get some, or hear some blowback from the lower courts because of the way they are going. It's too obvious the way Robert and the conservative side of the court are going out of their way to protect fruitcake. I'm not going to talk very long about it, but I told you that a long time ago. I don't know how many of you notice it, okay? But when I said that, it was way before. I can find a video, by the way. I know approximately how long ago I said it. I don't remember exactly which video, but I can do a search for it. That was way before Trump. Well, Trump got the immunity thing, complete immunity, last summer, right? Or sometime around in 2024. No, it was sometime around 2024. Okay. A lot of those judges on the lower courts, they've been feeling that way for a while. Watch the gap widening. And I feel that's one way that's going to keep Alito and Thomas don't care. But the rest do care about not only how we the people view them, but also at the lower courts, if they are losing respect for them. Robert, it's not because he wouldn't want to give Trump a pass with the others, but it's the lower courts, the judges on the lower court are going to make it more difficult for them. That's my prediction. And also, there is a lot of, I brushed on it the other day about the after effect, or if the bombing of the nuclear site in Iran, Fordo, I believe they called it. You know, I keep checking. Those of you who know how to do remote viewing, you understand what I mean. And hopefully that will come out. What I am seeing, rooms that are white, I don't know if they are painted white or if they are some kind of bricks or something, okay? But the walls are white, and the machines are intact, and they are a silvery, like a silver color. And I may make a mistake, but I doubt it. None of those machines were destroyed. If you can imagine, if any of you know better, please let me know the way I'm getting this. Yes, that bomb is super powerful, okay? But it feels like to me there is a limitation. When it reaches a certain depth, I don't know how deep, okay? Instead of going downwards, because there's so much to get through, instead of going down, it seems like it stays in place and it loses, it's no longer going down straight and it goes like this as opposed to drilling and going down. I can't, well, even if I wanted to, we don't have enough time for me to go into the physics of this. And I don't know it, I'd have to think about it, but visually, that's how I'm getting the bomb. You know, the head, instead of keeping going down, it starts going like this, as opposed to going down straight and destroy everything as it goes down. That's the best way I can give it to you guys based on what I'm seeing, okay? After it reaches a certain depth. So, and also the depth, how deep that they have. I'm not going to tell you I know how many stories, but as I'm saying, as I'm speaking, I don't know why I'm getting 11. I don't know if it's around 11 stories deep, okay, or deeper than that, but that's the number I'm getting. The thing is, Fruitcake is going around lying. He was lying again this morning saying they are destroyed. I wish that was true, because I am afraid, or at least concerned, about the mullahs having a nuclear bomb. It has nothing to do with the Iranian people. And to me, the way they've behaved over the years, and also the promise to destroy the world, because what is the difference between them and ISIS? I don't know if their religious affiliation is the same. I know they are a different sect in the Muslim religion, okay? But intuitively, to make a point, they wouldn't hesitate if they could reach this country or Israel is too close to them. They would probably, launch a tactical nuke. But the point I'm trying to make is, intuitively, they would do it just to prove a point. That's the way I am getting the people who are around the Ayatollah currently. And let me tell you, some of them are pretty emotional and they think that, just like some of those ISIS people, it's God's will, it's because God wanted it. They can justify it a number of ways. That's why I am saying, I wish what we did worked and we could make some kind of deal, enter into negotiation with Iran and, explain to them, plus the other countries in the area, come up with a diplomatic agreement for them not to develop nuclear weapon, because if they have a nuclear weapon, all the other countries around them are going to, of course, they're going to develop their own weapons to defend themselves, because they understand how the mullahs feel. They want to impose their religious belief on the rest of the world. Unfortunately, I don't feel we accomplish what Trump is saying. And let me tell you, they're all smiling and stuff like that, but don't believe the facade. They have no respect for Trump. Yes, they are courteous and stuff, but they're just playing him because they are hoping we, the people, will get rid of him sooner rather than later. Because all he's doing is destructing everything. Do you guys also remember, as I'm saying this, Canada is floating in front of me. Do you guys remember I told you Canada, Mexico, and other countries in the Americas will form, or at least will, link arms and will cooperate with Europe, or I believe the way I put it was they would form a pact with Europe against us. I don't know if you guys have heard, Canada just signed a defense pact. I'm looking to see where I know I copied it. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is Canada just did what I told you was coming. They signed an agreement with NATO, a defense pact. Basically, I don't see it, but it should be here somewhere. But I do remember, since Canada is floating in front of me. It has happened. I don't know if Mexico is part of the pact yet, but that's coming. I feel. Once fruitcake is gone, intuitively I feel before I felt it would be easier for us to get back on our footing and regain our leadership in the world. Yes, our friends still love us, but MAGA has caused some major damage with our brand and people like MTG and those who believe we should live in an island, we can't mingle with other people, don't share anything with them, those type of people are going to cause the rest of us, who are the majority, to suffer tremendously, because what is happening right now, I'm sure you guys know, is going to cause major changes in our lives. I mean, our standard of living, the way we knew life before this. And it's going to take a longer time. That's basically what I'm trying to explain. It's going to take longer. I was hoping within the next 5 years. My friend, it's going to take at least 10 years to get back. It may be more, but I feel it's going to take 10 years because they've lost trust. And they are all wondering, what is America going to be like going forward? And can they trust us? So far, I know the next president, it's going to be a fight to hold a free and fair election. Let me put that out there, okay? I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to, make this sound good and give you some baloney. It's going to get free, fair election on the fruit is not going to be easy, but I feel it will happen. There's no choice. The thing is, we would need somebody like Biden or better. And I am not seeing somebody yet. Yes, a leader will emerge. The reason why Biden was able to do or accomplish a lot of what he accomplished was because people in the international community knew him. As I'm saying this, I am seeing Newsom, but Newsom doesn't have the contact and the knowledge how things work. The relationship Biden had, I'm sure Biden can, like they say, hook him up, but it won't be the same. But that's what's going to cause repairing our brand and our image around the world is going to make it more challenging. And China is just waiting. Right now, they are doing everything they can to take full advantage of how Trump is going about destroying what this country has built for 250 years. But there is going to be a day of reckoning. And like I said a long time ago, maybe 6 years ago, people who are going to challenge the current Republicans in office are going to use Trump as an albatross and stick Trump around their neck and beat them at the ballot box. That's what's coming. And I will repeat it one time. It may take a little longer than I anticipated, but Republicans will be out of office for a long time because they have proven to the majority of this country that they are not in our best interest, and that unity presidency they want will not be happening. And I just heard Letitia James just threw a humongous lawsuit at OMB and Trump. And also, there is a sense of it chipping away all the lies that Trump is not only telling on the world stage, but also in this country. MAGA accepted it and they expect him to do it, and they think it's good. But most Americans don't think so. That's what's going to save us. And people protesting, because we know what he's doing is wrong. And I feel that's what's going to propel those who are going to challenge all those guys at the ballot box to win and put this country in its right footing. And the other thing, I said it yesterday, I believe yesterday or sometimes this week or lately, the father of those 3 Marines, Mr. Barranco, one of his sons is speaking out. I feel that's one of the best things. He needed somebody. He's still in prison, by the way. But I feel he'll get out. And I feel he'll get his papers. And I feel, I'm not saying it's going to happen under Stephen Miller and Trump. But the next president of this country, it feels like to me, that's one of my predictions, is going to right a lot of the wrongs that Stephen Miller is causing today. And the reason why that's going to happen is because that will go a long way into healing some of the wounds that Fruitcake, Stephen Miller, Elon Musk, and others that I don't know their names are creating in our society today. Because the combination of brown people, the way the Nazi guy is treating them, intuitively I feel there's a bad combination here. Okay, the way they're treating us, brown or black, however you want to call it, it's creating a bad energy. And that energy, in combination with, well, the brown skin as well, but that's more of a threat to me when I think about it. I don't want to say Iranians because it feels like to me anyone who is of the Muslim, the religion, can do things. And bad things can happen. So, intuitively, I feel the next president is going to do something to help heal some of the wounds that are being created right now by the Fruitcake administration. By the way, do you guys remember Fruitcake allowed a whole bunch of South Africans come to this country? We're going to give you free citizenship and everything. I don't know how many of you have read it, but some of those people are demanding that they be sent back to South Africa. They don't want to stay here. And I told you guys, when you're new to this country, you got to really, really want to be here. Or things have to be really, really bad for you, wherever you came from, to overcome the challenges. And if you don't speak English, you really have a problem. But I was giving you the example. I was a dishwasher. When I was a kid, I was very young, but my father wanted me to work, teach me the best I could do. My first job, I flopped. Oh my God. It was bad, guys, because I didn't know. I was young, and my father said, no, you got to go and learn, because when I was growing up, everything was handed down, and I was a lot younger. When I came here, they said, you got to learn, how to earn your own money. But anyway, so you have a healthy respect for money. Yeah, right. But let me tell you, my first job was not fun. I was a dishwasher, a bus boy. Oh, it was tough. So if someone you can't get through this. I know people who couldn't get through it. They gave up and they left the country. I know two people that happened to. They just couldn't take it. At the time, that was in the 70s. Things were a lot better than today. Today it's really bad. I think, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people from getting used to life here. Some people have died. Yeah. Okay. Missing their homeland. I'm using Haitian as an example because that's what I know. Because I've witnessed a struggle, when we first came here, but from a lot of other countries as well. But anyway, so the South African asked that they be sent back home, or I don't know, but they're going to go back to South Africa. That's I wanted to say, I am so distracted. I'm going to the New York election because they're saying it's going to be a model for the rest of this country for Democrats. I'm so distracted and focused on the fruitcake administration or regime. I feel is a better word to describe what we have. I'm not paying attention to much else. I know one of you asked me a while back who was going to win, and I said I would give you an update if I saw something. And I said at that time, the former governor, Cuomo, was ahead. I'm like, I'll tell you what happened. But anyway, Mandani, I believe his name is. I'm not sure if that's his name. Wait a minute. I thought they had a ranking thing. All of a sudden this morning I heard Cuomo basically gave up. I don't understand how that thing worked, but my point is a lot of people are saying this gentleman is going to be like a template or someone, or he's going to do something, he's going to have some major effect on Democrats. I don't think so. I mean, more power to him. I was not, when Cuomo was governor, I loved their dad. I thought that his dad was amazing. I had nothing against Cuomo's son, okay? But I was hoping he would not become mayor of New York, but I wasn't focusing on that. I'm so focused on fruitcake. But the point is, this young gentleman, Mandani, is making a lot of promises if he were to become mayor. I don't know either who's running against him either. From what I understand, it's somebody that Trump, through his support, of course, he would show his support, I think, okay? But if he were to become mayor, which is very possible, he has a lot of homework to do. And what I heard this morning, he really has a lot of work to do. I don't feel, I wish him luck, and I hope his ideas will work, but my friends, I doubt it. This thing has the potential to be a disaster if he doesn't have the right people around him. That's my prediction. Let me see if you guys have questions. Okay. Vicky, I said Cuomo will now run as an independent. Yeah, I heard about that, but they're saying he's changing his mind, but I'm not seeing Cuomo. So let's see what happens. Mary says, yes, Milou is just like Goebbels. Yep. Judith says, as a person born in America, it's like an abusive parent that you love, but you can't help them change. If you're talking about fruitcake, I'm not going to say anything. My house says Mandani has his political game and 100%. Don't know if he's a good mayor. Never heard of him until yesterday. I never heard of him until he started running for mayor. Gloria says, will Trump be impeached? The first opportunity Democrats have, yes, absolutely. And the other thing is, like I said, I can confuse time. And I was talking about it yesterday. The Republican Party, there's potential for them to break, well, at least the leaders and the House, the representatives in the House, can break into three parts, okay? And that's going to create an opportunity for Democrats to put together with them and impeach him. That's what I feel, okay? So yeah, the first chance, if he lasts long enough, that's a big problem here. I've been saying this for a long time. My problem is time. Okay. Joyce Matthews said Eric Adams was on Fox News today. He kissed Trump's ring. Well, that's expected. He's been doing it. Milou is the next POTUS going to be a woman. I am not seeing a woman yet. I wish. Believe me, we need a woman at that on that chair in that office. Believe me. Okay, because some of those guys that I'm seeing. Well, I'm not. They are challenging. Let's put it that way. Okay. Krista McCracken says, isn't New York predominantly Democrats? Yes, New York City and its immediate surroundings. But from what I understand, upstate New York, my guys and a lot of Republicans. But, you know, just like every place else, they have their, Democrats, but it's majority, mostly conservative. Oh, Artie says Adam is polling an abysmal 5%. I'm not surprised. Yeah. As far as Diddy thing is concerned, I still feel the same. And according to reports, the defense rested its case. It didn't even take him half a day to rest. I'm sure they have, something else under the sleeves. I don't know what the instruction the judge is going to give to the jury. That's the only thing that can save Diddy at this point. Taylor the parameters that the jury is going to have to follow strictly in order for them to find him not guilty or guilty. Maybe that's the point I'm trying to make. My prediction is that may give him a small chance to get off this, but I'm not seeing him getting out. Let's see what happens. And Mayweather, I have nothing against Mayweather. I think he's, it feels like to me he's someone who has some issues, but not as bad. None of us are perfect. But he's not in the Diddy and that category of people. I want to make sure I say this. I think he's he's got a huge ego, but when you come from nothing, if you're not careful, you may find yourself in that category of, when you're young, you do what he's doing still, trying to show off what you have. But I hope he realizes soon. I don't know how old he is. Does anybody know how old Mayweather is? But it feels like to me, I know I've heard he's had some problems with the IRS. But I feel like saying he's got to have some kind of company or somebody to help him reevaluate his assets and his wealth and reorganize. That's what I feel. it feels like to me right now, he's very vulnerable. And the reason why I am talking about him is because I'm always looking for new ways to approach doing this or to grow this channel like the other channels, have 1 million plus people. I don't know I haven't found a way yet. So I look at different videos every once in a while on YouTube. And there are some channels, they shoot videos. I don't know if that's the only thing they do, but it seems like they basically concentrate on the wealthy who go to Monaco. I love beautiful cars, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and stuff. So it caught my attention. And Mayweather was in Monaco, and this guy had an entourage of at least 15 people. Oh my God, can you imagine? The flight, the hotel, and if I'm not mistaken, they had 3 buses to ferry them around. I mean, look, makes them feel good. Those are the people he trusts. That's fine. But I know from what I understand, he's almost a billionaire or something like that, or he's flirting with that much money, but you can lose it as well. But my prediction is if he doesn't take control and stop listening to the yes people around him, or people who, whatever advice or suggestion for businesses, and if he listens to them, because he doesn't, I don't know what his education level is. He may not have the capacity to understand those advice, or business deals may not be good for him. In fact, from what I understand, he did a crypto deal. If I knew him, I would say stay out of it. He probably wouldn't listen to me, because one of my good friends, she knows what I can do. She didn't listen to me. She lost a ton of money, over $200,000. But anyway, my prediction is it feels like to me he's in a precarious situation right now. He's got to be careful. He can get back on his feet, but he needs serious people to do some serious analysis about his wealth. They're going to have to make some changes. Otherwise, he's going to be as rich as I am. So let's see what happens. Dilla Jude says, will Jeff Bezos' new marriage last? No. Thank you very much, Petra Morera. Mayweather is 48 years old. I was wondering, I didn't think about looking at it, Googling it this morning until I started talking about him. And the reason why I said that is because I hope he doesn't continue to get in the ring, because there may be some minor incident with him. I hope it's not that bad. Okay? So that's why I was asking how old he is. 2/24/1977. Thank you, Petra. Wow. That's pretty good. But Bezos, those guys, I'd probably make some of the mistakes that they made. You know what, guys? I was thinking about this the other day because I play for $8 Lotto every week. I have a dream to win. That's never going to happen, but it gives me hope. Keep me going. I have hope I may win. But anyway, at my age right now, if I were to win a couple of millions, I'm not going to get married. No. I've been running around single for at least 20 years or so. Why would, no more than 20 years. Why would I get married now? I understand those guys, they were married, divorced, met someone else. But it's very difficult to tell. I would treat women, I would have a girlfriend and, treat her with respect and make sure she's well taken care of. But getting married, I don't think I'd do it, because it's so hard when things don't work out. It's not something I feel like experiencing at at my age. The pain, I mean, or breaking up. You can lose your mind. Oh my God, I remember a couple of times I've gone through breakup, and me, whenever a woman says, no more, I'm done, before you even done saying it, you see my back walking out. So it's very painful. No begging. Mahal says, Milou, you need somebody to help you spend the money. I can do bad on my own. All right, friends. Vervo 63 says 20 million, they want tax breaks at the expense of the middle class. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I was dreaming yesterday. I'm like, oh my God, because yes, for the exact reason that who said that, the way the Italian people going after him, I'm like, oh my God, if reminded me that he was getting married. I'm like, if I had even a couple of millions, you can attract a lot of people around you. I'm not attracting anybody right now. That's what would be on my mind. Okay? Although I'm always, most of the time I'm here because I have to work 7 days a week. So, if I were to win, I would have some days off. I could afford to do it because, I won't be concerned about, I'd still want to grow the channel, but my point is, everybody would see you then. Gracie says Bezos' wedding is 10 million. So if they didn't see me now, no. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilou.com, or feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel, I'm trying to reach 50,000 friends. Well, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe if you like what I do. And please, friends, post your questions. I would appreciate it. I will answer them. Yes, sometimes I put them in my journal. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use different colors. I was thinking about that this morning. I have to use yellow for questions so I can find where they are. I will answer them. So, thank you, everyone. And also, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That will help the algorithm keep showing the video to more people. I will see you all tomorrow unless something major happens later. Till then, bye.